Hey guys, so this is my third video in my series on querying, connecting with, and working with a literary agent. In case you missed the first two videos, I covered getting ready for the query process and the query process itself. Today I'm going to be talking about what questions to ask a literary agent once you actually have an offer of representation. So to recap, you had all of your completed polished materials ready. You sent out your punchy, personalized query letters, and you hung in there throughout the query process. Maybe you did a revise and resubmit, and now you have an offer of representation on the table. So the first thing that you should do is celebrate. This is really an amazing accomplishment, and a very small percentage of people make it even to this point. So definitely celebrate. So once you're done drinking your champagne, it's time to let any other agents that you have been talking to know that you have an offer of representation on the table. If there are folks that you still really want to hear from, this will probably move your manuscript to the top of their pile if they're interested, and it's just the polite thing to do. So do you need to wait back to hear definitively from everyone that you've sent a query letter out to? No. Obviously, all of the agents that you've queried are busy with other clients, other queries, all kinds of things. So I don't think you need to wait back to hear definitively. And maybe, as was in my case, you just have a really strong gut feel that the agent that you have an offer from already is going to be the one. So what happens after you get that offer? So hopefully you've already done your basic research. You know that this person comes from a reputable agency, that they sell books in your genre, that kind of thing. But this is a good time for a deep dive. So find out what recent deals they've done, if they're active on social media, did they once go on a bender and leave all of their clients in the lurch? That is a true story. And definitely talk to this agent about some specifics. So what is their vision for not just this book, but your career, your next book? If you're a novelist like me, you probably want to write a few books, a book every few years for the rest of your life. So this is a really good time to make sure that you are on the same page with that long-term vision for your career. Also a good idea to ask, where might they send this book? And what else do they think needs to be done to the manuscript, if anything, before submitting? And a good idea at this point is to ask if you can talk to some other clients of that agent. So what you should ask them, generally I think it's just good to have a conversation, find out how this person is to work with, if they're a good communicator, how hands-on are they during the process, do they do the deal and then peace out, or are they really there supporting you every step of the way? Some other considerations to keep in mind as you're trying to make this decision, the agent's temperament. Agents are all human beings, they're all different. Some of them are bulldogs and they will really get in there and, hammer away at a publisher if need be. Some are more sort of diplomatic peacemaker types, and neither ends of the spectrum is wrong. There are good agents with all kinds of temperaments, but it just really depends on what you are most comfortable with and what you think will work best with your style. And also I think you can ask some nuts and bolts questions here, things like how do they handle subrates? So if you're with a really big agency, something like a CAA or an ICM, they probably handle everything from film and television to foreign rights in-house, but a lot of other agents work with co-agents to get those parts done. So I think the most important thing when you're deciding whether or not to work with an agent is just that gut feel. There's a part of this that just can't be broken down or quantified. It's kind of like finding true love. So that being said, don't be afraid to pass. Even if you only have one offer of representation, don't be afraid to keep the search going if it doesn't feel like the right fit. If you've gotten one agent interested, you're gonna get another one at some point, and a good agent is worth waiting for. So don't let desperation guide you. So now hopefully you've signed with an agent you love, and in the next video we're going to be talking about working with an agent throughout the submission process. Don't forget, if you have questions, please shoot me a DM or leave them in the comments here and I will answer them in a bonus video at the end of the series.